I've been downtown all day for the Patrick Lyoya trial. It's going to go on for about a week or two, maybe longer. So I'm going to be down there again tomorrow, so stay tuned. Hurt my finger. Um, please share that video on every platform you have. We need this to be nationwide. It was a deletion of a human being in Grand Rapids, Michigan by the Grand Rapids police. If you watch the video, it shows Patrick resisting. He grabbed the taser. He tussled with the police, but his alcohol level, I went into the courtroom today. His alcohol level, I believe they said was 120, and legally it should be 80. So he was extremely intoxicated. Then he is an African guy from Conda. Is it Conda? And he really don't understand English. So he was kind of confused, disoriented, and he was resisting really, really hard. But it wasn't life-threatening, where the police had the need to execute him in the back of his skull. They showed a picture today in court, y'all. The bullet wound. I had to pray. It was a hole behind that man's head this big, right dead in the center. And if you go on YouTube and you watch the video, you would see the officer, Schurr, jumps on top of Patrick Lyoya's back. And he put the pow right on his skull. And he pulls the trigger because he couldn't hold him down. So he felt the need to execute him in the back of his skull. The prosecutor proved that the gun was so close to his skull that the residue went inside of his head. It was no residue on the outside. It went inside of his head. That's how close it was. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this trial because I'm crying, I'm praying, and there's so much racism. I talked to this young lady down there who was arguing with me, saying that he deserved to be executed. I said, why? He didn't have a gun. He was resisting arrest. You go to jail for resisting arrest. That's a felony. It's not a death sentence. You don't go on death row for resisting arrest. You don't even go on death row if you hit a police. So if he was fighting Officer Schurr, that's a felony, right? But they charged him to death on the streets. He didn't have his day in court. He didn't have the opportunity to see the judge. He didn't have the opportunity to plead his case. He died in the people's front yard. And all these Caucasian folks downtown protesting that he was well within his rights. They were so racist today, they didn't even want to speak to me. One lady who was a Mexican, y'all see me arguing with her on one of the videos that I posted. She looked in my face and said he was evil and wicked and deserved to die. I said, how? Explain yourself. She said, because he was a criminal. I said, so every criminal deserves to die? You don't have no criminals in your family? So everybody that commit a crime deserved death. She sounded so ridiculous, and coming to find out, she was walking around with the sheriffs. So I'm like, does she work for the courts? I know you can't be an officer of the court and you feel that way about black people. So I want you guys to share the video because somebody has to see that video so we can get her job. She came in the courtroom with an attitude, and then she walked right up to Patrick Lyoya's brother and pretty much said he deserved to die. So Patrick's brother, the only thing he said was, if my brother deserved to die, I hope everything you wished on my brother happened to your son. She turns around and get this close to his face like she wanted him to hit her. Too bad I wasn't on live when that happened. I was talking on the phone. And so another woman, a Caucasian woman, ran up, got in her face and was like, hit me. She said, I see what you're doing. You want this black man to catch a case. I guess you want him to die too. She said, hit me. And she walked in the courtroom. She wouldn't say nothing to her. She wouldn't even say nothing to me. But she did try to put God in it, saying that he's evil, wicked, he deserved to die on the streets. And he did resist arrest. Officer Schurr could not handle the African young man. He couldn't handle it. He was tossing the officer around, not by his hands. He was just raising up, like, showing his shoulders, like, get off me. He was trying to run. He never hit the officer. He never punched him. If he really wanted to hurt that officer, go watch the video on YouTube. If he really wanted to hurt that officer, he had the upper hand. He could have took Officer Schurr's pow if he wanted to. He couldn't do nothing with that young boy. I'm not taking nothing away that the officer couldn't handle him. But the man was drunk. He was scared. He didn't understand English. All he wanted to do was run. And then the officer went against protocol. He approached without backup. So Patrick Lyoya, friend, was standing at the car. The officer back was to the friend. Officer Schurr was tussling with Patrick Lyoya in the grass. Now, what if his friend would have jumped in? The officer wouldn't even be here. All his friend did was pull out his phone and start recording him saying, get off my friend. Get off my friend. You hit him. He was trying to tell him, leave him alone. Like, let him run. He had his car. True enough, Patrick didn't have license. He had the wrong tags on his car, and he was drunk. Those all felony charges. None of that is a death sentence. I never one time said Patrick was not a criminal. Patrick had charges. And he most likely would have went to prison. But he wouldn't have died on the streets. Give people the opportunity to go to court to have their just due. Their due process. We all have the right to due process. I don't care if you like it or not. But anyway, a racist young lady was sitting there talking to me. And she said, well, if you don't want Patrick to get off, what do you think about Carmela Anthony? I said, I'm so glad you asked that. Patrick Loyola didn't have a weapon. Patrick Lyoya was resisting arrest from an authority figure as the police. Patrick Lyoya tried to stand up, and Officer Schurr could not handle him. So he pulls out his pow. The hole was this big in the back of his head. They showed it today in court. His mother just grabbed the tissue. I couldn't stand it. I had to pray. And the officer sitting there looking at it like, yeah, I did it. I'm like, wow. I said, okay, Carmela Anthony, black kid, at a track meet, arguing with a white kid and his twin brother. They get in a confrontation. He told the white kid twice, don't touch me. Touch me again and find out what happened. He told him twice. He warned him twice. Patrick got warned, take your hand off my taser. 2 or 3 times. The officer told him, get down, take your hand off the taser. Carmela Anthony said, don't touch me. Don't touch me. He picked up a weapon and he stuck a dagger in the kid. And it was a fatal wound to the heart. He ran and he was scared, like, is he okay? And the kid is gone. Everybody and their mama want justice. Everybody want to see Carmela Anthony go to prison. Everybody want to dog out his family. Blame his mom and dad, who was hardworking, law-abiding citizens. Right? So I asked her this. What's the difference in the 2 cases? Because he was resisting arrest. But Patrick wasn't a death threat. He wasn't a threat. The officer pulled a weapon out when Patrick didn't have one. Patrick didn't have a weapon. And he pow-powed him. Carmela Anthony pulled a weapon, and I can't think of the kid's name. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I can't think of his name, and I don't want to mess it up. He pulled the knife out on him, or the spike from a shoe or something, and he didn't have a weapon. But y'all want him to get life in prison, but y'all want Officer Schurr to walk. Is it the difference in the race? It's the same. Austin, thank you. I don't want to disrespect Austin. And Lord knows, I hate that kid died. I hate those 2 young men was raised to hate each other. Because hate and racism is a taught behavior. My little baby grandson, Sonny, is 1. He loves everything and everybody. He don't see no color. But as life goes on, he's going to learn the different behaviors of hate in life. I hate them young men couldn't sit there and laugh and race each other and go out to eat later on and meet each other in college and meet girls and have a good old time. I hate that. They had to hate each other that bad that Austin ended up dead. Now, my personal opinion about Carmelo Anthony, I'm not going to sit here because he's black and justify murder. I would be a hypocrite. The kid shouldn't have died. I really believe in my heart that Carmelo made a bad choice. And I think in my heart that he's going to pay with his life. He didn't think about his mom. He didn't think about his dad. He didn't think about his sister. He didn't think about nobody in his family. He didn't even think about himself. He didn't think about his scholarships. He could have just walked away. I know they said they were bullies. I get that. But he would have been better off pulling his phone out. Pulling his phone out and doing something about it so they can lose their scholarships. You got to learn how to fight people. You got to get people where it hurts. That's why I tell y'all, call me Nino Brown, Chuck E. Cheese, because I'm calling the police. That case I just had last week when I got maced in the face and my grandmother got maced, the detectives called me today. The same prosecutor that's on Patrick Lyoya case, he's sitting there right in front of me. He's the same prosecutor that picked up that case for me. And those two girls have 5 felonies each. They got warrants, outstanding warrants for their arrest right now. So I can't completely go against the law. It's not about white and black. It's about right and wrong with me. It's a lot of officers that are bad, but it's a whole lot of good officers. I'm going to post a picture today. I took a picture today with 3 officers that I'm very good friends with. And one of them happened to be Officer Brown. I said, and my name is Nino, Officer Brown. We was laughing and joking. We out to breakfast, we're laughing and joking. And people on Facebook was like, you on the wrong side. I'm sorry, I'm built different, y'all. I treat people the way they treat me. I meet energy. If you respect me, I'm going to respect you. I don't give a damn if you polka dot. But what made me mad about the Hispanic woman today, she was more racist than the Karens out there. And I said some stuff like, you probably don't have your green card. She really got under my skin today because I'm like, you all here saying people deserve to die and woo, woo, woo. Donald Trump don't even want your ass here. And you up here taking up for people that don't even like you. They the ones that put Donald Trump in office and half your family gone right now. They still acting a fool, going against the black folks, thinking this is the right thing to do. They ridiculous. I said, how are you more racist than the Karens? Then a Mexican guy was walking past and threw up the Nazi sign, y'all. So another Mexican guy that was out there for Patrick, they were about to fight. I said, these people absolutely ridiculous. And y'all wonder why Carmelo Anthony and Austin had a fight. They watching the adults doing it. They watching us. So this is why they doing the things they do. Y'all wonder, well, what happened? Y'all doing it. They see the Nazis. They see the KKK. They see the skinheads. They see the brothers on the street. They see black on black crime. They think all of this is okay. So when you hear the kids doing it on the school level, why y'all so surprised? Y'all do it every day. Did y'all forget that the Nazis went over in Ohio on the bridge and was calling black people out? And the black folks showed up. They said, oh, you calling us? Warriors come out to play. They came out. And they ran them off the bridge. Ain't nobody talking about that. Racism. They're not talking about how the KKK show up to things and want to start hate. Racism. People throwing up the Nazi sign. Look at your boy, Elon Musk. Racism. But soon as Carmelo Anthony respond to a call, you touch me, he the worst person walking around. Why y'all not talking about the people that's starting the trouble? Why y'all not talking about the people that displaying hate? Why y'all not coming after these grown folks that's displaying hate to these children? This is where they getting it from. And most of it starts at home. Have you ever been out, black folks, and white people just stare at you like you an alien? They just stare at you. What you want, Sonny? He love being outside. So, you know why? Because they hear it at home. It starts at home. They look at us like we're dirty. I didn't have to tell kids this several times, y'all. I promise you. I've been out. I'm like, how you doing, beautiful? They stare at me. I said, it don't come off. It tastes good, but it don't come off. And their parents be like, oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, that's why your child's staring at me, because you didn't taught this child hate. It should be no reason your children looking at black people like we're aliens. Because you hardly ever see a black kid looking at a white person that way. They just look right past them. Mama, can I get some candy? They don't even look at them. But they look at us with hate. Little bitty kids. Because it's a taught behavior. You're not born with hate in your hearts. So, I want y'all to go online. And the footage from today is online also. Patrick Lyoya, Officer Christopher Schurr trial, Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm going to be back down there tomorrow, and it's supposed to last a week or two. And it's kind of up in the air. You know why? Because he was resisting. So it's kind of up in the air, but I don't care. I don't care if Patrick punched Christopher in the face. Pow! Bust his whole grill out. He didn't deserve to die. A fist and a 9mm don't add up. He didn't do that. You know how your mama is trying to whoop you and you pushing the belt away? Patrick was doing that. Then he did grab it, but he wasn't grabbing it to take it, because little bitty Christopher Schurr, he couldn't handle Patrick. If Patrick wanted to snatch that dang on thing out of his hand, he could have. If Patrick wanted to take his pow, he could have. If Patrick wanted to throw him on his head, he could have. He didn't. He was trying to run. He was trying to get up, using his body weight. He had Christopher up in the air, y'all. I said, what would make that little bitty officer run up against that young Mandingo warrior? 26-year-old young Mandingo warrior. You didn't have no fight. He couldn't win. So I think his ego got in the way. So I can't get you down. I'm going to pow you in the head and kill you. He should have backed up. He should have let Patrick run. Officers were on their way. Even the witness out there was like, let him go. Like, what's the point? Let him go. Catch him later. You got his car. You got his friend. Let him run. No, it was his ego. I'm not going to let this young black man make me look like a fool. So I'm going to kill him. And that's what happened. Then they showed Christopher Schurr, Officer Christopher Schurr, training on the video in the courtroom. They train you when someone's trying to take your taser or gun, how to take them down. They show you how to kick them, how to grab them, how to switch them around, how to flip them. They show Christopher in camp. He graduated from self-defense. He didn't use none of his tactics that day. None of them. The prosecutor proved it. You didn't use none of your tactics that day. You went straight for the gusto. Pow. So it's up in the air. It's up in the air.
Can I have it?
Don't you see me on live, Gina? Give him some. It's up in the air. And I don't know how it's gonna plan out, y'all. Because when you look at it, you're like, damn, Christopher. You didn't have to pow him. Then you look at Patrick like, damn, Patrick, why you fight the police, bruh? Not even fight the police. Why you tussling, brother? Even if you didn't understand, you should have just laid down there, face down. And Patrick kept saying, why you hit me? Why you hit me? The man was drunk. His alcohol level was almost 2 times over the legal level. He was driving with no license. Early in the morning, like 5 or 6 in the morning. His friends said they had been drinking all night. So not only that he didn't understand English, he was drunk. How many times have you met a drunk person and you can get some sense through their head? Have you ever met a drunk? You're wasting your time arguing with a drunk. They will argue with you till you fall out. You just all right, just go let out. Just go get sober. Then we talk to you. They don't have no sense of understanding. So no matter what the officer was saying to Patrick, he was extremely intoxicated. So he wasn't going to understand nothing. You hear me? Nothing. But the reason my number's down right now, YouTube, when you come to a video back to back to back, YouTube stops sharing the videos. It's very important, y'all. It's very important for y'all to watch 2 videos a day and push my videos, because that keeps me on the algorithm. It's very important that you do that, because YouTube, for some reason, they believe if I get off subject like I am now, and I'm not talking about Diddy or Jay-Z, celebrities, because it's a celebrity channel, that my viewers, my subscribers don't want to watch it, so they don't push it to you. So come look for me. Watch my videos. Share them. Tell your friends about them. Because I might talk about anything, and it's not fair that YouTube make a decision for you. And that's why everybody been complaining about YouTube. Tasha K was just complaining about her people not watching her comedy. But they looking at Tasha like, no, you messy Tasha. We want to hear some drama. And she was like, I'm trying to get out of that. But Tasha made her mark as the drama queen. So now she trying to get a little positive, and she good at it. Don't nobody want to hear it. And YouTube feel like, you made us too much money with black drama. See, they want to push that a narrative that we tear our own people down. They love it. Love it. Keep talking about Shannon Sharp. Keep talking about Diddy. Keep talking about Jay-Z. We're going to keep paying you, Nina. But as soon as you talk about something positive to make your people change and be awakening by the truth, we ain't going to show your people that. We don't want them to know the truth. So we're going to stop showing them your videos. That's what they're doing. We don't want them to hear no truth. We don't want them to hear no positivity. You black folks, y'all criminals. We want them to hear criminal stuff. That's all they want y'all to hear. So y'all must share these videos. I'm praying that Dr. Richie, Roland Martin, somebody see this video about Patrick Lyoya. Actually, Roland Martin talked about him. I'm for sure Dr. Richie did too. But when stuff like that happen, and I know it's hard to go to every city about every police shoot, but when stuff like that happens, one of them need to show up. Send your representative or something. You know, wasn't hardly nobody out there today. All those protesters from 3 years ago when it happened. This was 3 years ago, y'all. It took 3 years for this officer to come to trial. All those people was out there at the time it happened. It was about 20 folks out there today. It was about 6 white folks against Patrick. It was about 20 that was for Patrick. And out of the 20, several of them was white. Several white people was for Patrick. Like they said, God said, thou shalt not kill. They said, you should not have the authority to take a life because you have a badge on. Unless your life is threatened. His life was not threatened. Somebody tussling with you is not life-threatening. That's a felony. But it's your girl, Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I will be back tomorrow. You guys can still hear me. Can y'all still hear me? And I'm going to follow this case to the end to let y'all know what happened with Officer Schurr. Then his wife left the courtroom, y'all, with this mug on her face like she wanted to beat everybody ass outside. But I'm like, shouldn't Patrick mama be the one with the mug on her face? She lost her son. She had to look at videos of this white man on top of her son, executing her son, blowing his brains out on somebody's lawn. She had to see. I don't know if you heard me, guys. I said his mother, I'm sorry it was blackout for a minute because the devil is a liar. I said the mother had to watch her son. Back of his head had a hole in it. They showed it on the screen. She grabbed the tissue like, that's her baby, man. He was 26. He be 29 now. He was 26 with 2 daughters. 2 girls got to be raised without their dad. And for you to sit there across from the person who deleted your child and you helpless, that have to be the worst feeling in the world. I'm sitting right there and that's the one did it. Could you imagine what that family going through? Even if he was wrong, you took my child's life that God gave to me. And you played God and took him away from me. I was praying for her the whole time. Lord, give her strength. I know this got to be so hard. Then I'm watching his brothers. They sitting there with their heads down. Do y'all know Patrick before I go? Patrick was from a tribe. Is it Condo? I can't never say the name. It's an African tribe. He was over there. for 12 years. They said he lived in hell, sometimes was only eating one time a day. So they came to America for freedom, the American dream, to have a better life, the land of the free. And he died in somebody's yard with a bullet to the back of his head. I pray that officer gets some time. The judge is a black woman, which don't mean nothing. And when they showed his head with the bullet in it, half those jurors, which all are white except 2 of them are biracial, they couldn't even look at it. I pray to God in them wake up and say, Patrick was wrong. He resisted, but he didn't deserve to die. That officer need at least 25 years. At least. And you know they not charging him with first-degree murder. Second degree. They could probably drop it down to manslaughter. And this is why they continue to do it. Because they keep getting away with it. And it's not just to black people. I know several white people who have lost their child, lost their husbands, lost their daughters. It's not just black people. So don't act like this is a racist thing. No, this is right or wrong. And I'm also, let me clear it up again, all officers are not bad. Some of them are for the right thing. But this is your girl, Nina, from Unbreakable Strong Woman. I'll be back tomorrow or later on tonight about some celebrity news, but I have to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.